All right, CJ, we have here the Whoop 4.0 fitness tracker. So with the launch of its latest fitness tracker, Whoop is ushering in a new era of wearables. The Whoop 4.0 ups the tech to capture the most accurate data, 5 LEDs, 4 photodiodes that monitor recovery, sleep, and training. So we know, CJ, that the Whoop here is one of the fitness trackers, competes with the Apple Watch and Amazon's product and the Fitbit. Do you have anything you want to bring up about the Whoop? I'm super opinionated about this product, and I'll tell you why, but I don't want to go off into a rant and leave you to the end here. So you have any thoughts on the Whoop?
It's not so much a thought as much as it's a reservation, and that is I'm by no means enough. I'm not an athlete at all. And for as powerful as the analytics and the software that really drives, that's really the backbone of the Whoop, my reservation about it is that I'm just not going to be feeding it enough data to get enough out of it that it's actually going to alter my behaviors or thinking. I'm not crushing it in the gym every day, so I'm not exactly concerned about how tired I'm going to be or how much rest I need. I'm a dad now, so maybe I'm thinking a little too shallow, but I don't.
This is where I know too much about this product. So to your point, what separates to me the Whoop from, I'm an Apple Watch wearer. I unfortunately refuse to leave the Apple Watch for stupid features like unlocking my MacBook without having to type the password in. Just being able to answer or see a quick text or a calendar notification, like that is just super valuable to me. And when I think about a fitness tracker, a pure fitness tracker, to me, even though Apple's all in on the health features on the Apple Watch, the Whoop just blows the Apple Watch away. It's all the other stuff the Apple Watch does that keeps me in, the
non-health
wall,
related
the Apple
things.
garden, right? That Steve Jobs created here. So the beauty for you in your scenario you just talked about is the Whoop will take your biometrics 24/7. So even if you're just sitting there, even if you go to sleep and you didn't, the Apple Watch, you got to tell it you're sleeping. The Whoop just knows. So you just wear it. It's got 5-day battery life. You just wear it. And here's where I fell in love with the product. And this is something Apple they're so far away. They're such a big company. It's impossible for them to do what the Whoop does. And I don't want to say impossible, but hear me out. The Whoop actually gives me insights into, okay, how is my overall health data looking? And then tells me or suggests to me what I might want to do with it. So it might know that I got a good night's rest. My HVR, my heart rate variability is excellent that day. It knows I'm well recovered. Like, go to the gym and do weightlifting and a HIIT workout for 2 hours, right? It's going to give me how ready my body is to work. The Apple Watch, it gives insights, but nothing really actionable. So I think Apple is probably in this scenario where they're scared that they're going to get in trouble if they tell me, Jay, you're ready to work out today, and then I get hurt, and then Apple's PR gets a mess. The Whoop is all about that. It is built for athletes. Patrick Mahomes wears it, and they have a deal with the NFL. They have a deal with professional golf. And think about golf, right? You don't think about golf versus the NFL, right? The NFL, a lot more intense. You're hitting heart rate. It's ridiculous. But that's kind of the beauty of this is the 24/7 biometrics, getting that baseline for your health so that if something's off or maybe a cold is coming on. The actionable insights, the 24/7 data, the battery life, the no display, right? No display distractions you and I always talk about minimalism. It's hard to do. And like I said, there's just a couple things the Apple Watch does that I just don't want to get rid of. But I love the simplicity of the Whoop. Are you ready to work out? Did you get enough sleep? How hard should you train today? It tells me that based on my data of my body, and I don't have to think. And I love that. I look at the Apple data and the health app, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. No idea what to do with it. I'm literally tracking data, CJ, in the Apple Watch app so that when I'm 60 and I have to go to the hospital or go see a doctor and something's wrong, I'd be like, here, sir, here's 30 years of my health data. Hopefully this can help you solve my problem. That's literally what goes through my mind, is like long-term health data tracking. As far as today, the Whoop is a way better fitness tracker than the Apple Watch. So, CJ, I think you know, I'm going to have to crate this product because I don't want to look like an idiot wearing 2 trackers on my wrist. But if I wasn't so ingrained in the Apple ecosystem, this is the best pure fitness tracker on the market. And I would uncrate it if I was not wearing my Apple Watch. But unfortunately, I'm not going to look ridiculous. I have to crate it.
Yeah, there is another tracker on the market that would provide me with, maybe not in the same detail, I haven't done the research, but the same things you just described, the readiness, sleep, all that, in a different form factor that is more appealing to me. So I'm also gonna have to crate this as well. Not yet. It's not ready for me yet.
I wish I could wear you Whoop, but unlocking my MacBook without typing a password is just way too valuable to me.
I mean, don't you have the fingerprint sensor on that thing?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had to type a password to unlock something. My fingerprint's just everywhere.
Unfortunately.
They'd have to package it differently for me. But
all right,
it's going in the crate.
All right, one down.
All right, Jay, here's what we got. We got the Ray-Ban Stories smart glasses. I don't even know if I want to read into this anymore, just because the thumbnail they're using is reminding me of a fucking Austin Powers movie intro. They look, I hate this idea. I hate, but let's see what they have to say about it. So, staying present when you've got a screen in front of your face can be a chore. I guess that's partly why you like the Apple Watch for certain notifications, right? Develop in collaboration with Facebook, and I'm out. I'm out already. Done. Facebook ain't going on my face. It's staying in the MacBook. This is not. They're not a trustworthy company, and any physical product they're going to put out falls victim to that. So it's already a crate. I don't even care what it does. I don't care.
Facebook has lost everyone on privacy. We know that. And I'm just looking at some of these specs here, right? Take phone calls, listen to music. Now I know Bose has a pair of sunglasses that you can listen to Bluetooth music on and take a call with. I wonder if this Facebook one, if it's just pure Bluetooth, like does this work with an iPhone phone calls, or does it have to be through, Facebook's WhatsApp? Don't know much more about it. We know Snapchat had the frames. I've used them. They're fun. They wear off. It's no one wants to continue to share low quality, shaky photos and videos that are from your face. I have to go to my phone to make sure the right thing was captured. I don't know. I think there's room to grow in the glasses space between, like you said, Facebook and and I've actually heard about these Facebook. The Facebook logo is so small on the box, and they're so scared to put their brand on a product like this. It just shows you, even internally, they know they've lost the general public as far as trust.
I wouldn't doubt if that also had something to do with Ray-Bans not wanting to tarnish their own reputation, because they don't want a pair of Ray-Ban. They make great looking products, and then you're
They
going to
crush
throw
it.
that dumbass lowercase f on it. I'm out. I'm done. I hate
Everyone
you all.
wears Ray-Bans, and I still buy them because they just look classic. They're just the
They're
solid
great.
sunglasses.
They're great.
I'm gonna guess
I,
this is Ray-Ban trying to do. Maybe this is their intro to tech. Maybe they didn't love the Facebook partnership, but if Facebook wanted to work with them and they could learn a little bit about this, getting technology and chips and speakers and microphones into their frames, maybe it's just a giant learning process for them. Because maybe it's for them. I'm not sure it's important if it succeeds or fails. I'm gonna guess Facebook footed the bill for this whole freaking thing.
Yeah. I feel like it's a real future leaning conversation. I can understand if it's Ray-Ban's attempt to understand packaging new technologies in a form factor they excel at, right? When it's something that can take information in about from people who don't know they're in frame or on camera, I just think what Facebook does, there's already so much ethical turmoil around it that putting it, basically replacing people's line of sight with this thing nobody trusts, is just riddled with problems. It's who knows when they're, I mean, people already get candid photos, street photographers and all this bullshit, but I just it turns my stomach a little bit.
CJ, look a little bit further here. They're compatible with Facebook's voice assistant. Great, just what I want. And they work with the privacy-focused, service-agnostic Facebook View app. I gotta say, I'm not even familiar with that because I don't even look to Facebook for any products anymore. Yeah. I barely want to be on the platform. If they didn't own Instagram, I could be Facebook free. I love Instagram.
Read that line again. The privacy-focused,
service-agnostic Facebook View app.
Yeah, that's way too many words.
I'm guessing that's their new
try
app
to make me.
Now that I think of it,
it's putting on airs.
With this product, CJ,
I'm gonna set it on fire. No, I'm
keep it in the crate for me.
Crate it, ship it out. Keep it in. Pass. Next. Next.
Done.
Yes. The Yamazaki.
Take it.
The Yamazaki 55-year-old Japanese whiskey. I am already a fan of Yamazaki and other Japanese whiskeys. And although this has an astronomical price tag, if money were no object, I can almost picture myself enjoying this sip by sip, probably scrolling through Uncrate on my phone though.
I'm gonna give the people watching here a little overview because I know you can go off about your Japanese whiskey for
I love them
until the cows come home here. So this is the makers of Japanese whiskey for nearly a century. Yamazaki last year released the oldest expression of its storied history. One catch, only available via a lottery for Japanese residents. Something tells me one of these is going to be on eBay soon. They're now remedying. Actually, I don't even know if you could do liquor on eBay. Probably not. They're now remedying that with a global release. Oh, so now it's getting released. The 55-year-old spirit contains white oak aged whiskey from 1964 and Mizunara aged whiskey that was distilled in 1960. So it's a blend. I mean, I'm sure I would enjoy it, but my palate is too simple for this, and it would not be worth it for me. I would keep this in the crate.
I gotta uncrate it. That's a flex. And it'd be enjoyable.
So you're not. The world is going to see that you've enjoyed this somehow.
The world is the recycling people are going to see this bottle in the recycling bin and go, oh shit, this guy's doing it.
And your Instagram is probably going to see it in the recycling bin too.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
arriving,
those
sitting there, pouring.
give it to me.
CJ, here we got
What we
the,
got here?
I believe pronounced Opal C1 webcam. So a shift to remote work has laid bare the shortcomings of built-in webcams. So much so that many workers have resorted to using powerful mirrorless cameras as a pricey but far preferable stand-in. So I just noticed I have a Sony A7 III. I noticed they just released some software that lets you connect it to the Mac, set it up on a tripod, and it could be acknowledged by the Mac as a webcam. Anyways, the Opal C1 provides a happy medium. It's built around a 7.8 millimeter Sony sensor, 1.8 glass lens, and an array of beam-forming microphones linked to a neural processing chip. I got to read on here, CJ, because I think these specs are important to have this discussion. The Intel-made VPU, it offers professional-looking video that performs well even in low-light 4K and intelligent noise cancellation. All the tech is packed into a sleek, anodized aluminum housing that comes in white or black and works hand-in-hand with the company's dedicated Mac app. I'm glad I read this to the end, CJ, because my question was, where does all this processing and power take place? So looks like they have a Mac app. They're focused on the Mac community. Not surprised. This looks super high-end. I'm actually surprised the price is only $300. Usually something, I mean, there's Logitech webcams that are close to $300 that don't have a Sony, sensor and this fancy looking lens. Here's where I've fallen, and we've had this conversation in the past. I've used external monitors. I've connected to, a Mac Mini to a nice LG 4K monitor or 5K monitor. I'm over bolting on all of these peripherals, and especially as they get expensive, because the truth is I can go get an iMac for $12.99. That's the webcam I'm on right now. It's excellent. The microphones are excellent. I could see this in an environment. I mean, you see the dedicated Mac app. I'm going to guess that this looks really nice on top of that $5,000 Apple Pro display, which does not have the option for a webcam. So there is a situation with it. In the mid-range market, CJ, I'm buying an iMac every couple of years. That's my webcam. And I've done this before. I've seen the lacks in communication between the Mac software and third-party peripherals. I don't love it. I'm gonna crate this, even though I think it's a cool device.
Yeah, it's a crate for me too. Ooh, the Wally. Yeah, let's talk about the Wally. Let's talk about the Wally. I mean,
kick us off.
The Wally WHY 200 yacht.
CJ, Uncrate loves showing us yachts, by the way.
It does. It does. It loves boats. Boats and boats and boats.
Tell us about the Wally.
All right. So the 78-foot, so that's a big boat. 78-foot yacht optimizes every inch to offer 2,153 square feet of interior space. That's your average home square footage on a boat.
50. So is this saying 50% more than other yachts of the same size, meaning that 78-foot footprint?
Yeah, that's how I'm reading that, not having any maritime experience, but none. Yeah, than other yachts, and offers, a spacious lounge area, dining room, 4 guest cabins, and a room for a crew of 5. Wow. It's a lot of people on the boat.
Board.
You got to have a crew on a boat like this. In fact, you're probably like chartering this boat for a weekend through like the Maldives or something like that. I mean, it's a beautiful boat. I would love to take a weekend on that boat and just have a crew take care of me. Am I going to own that boat myself? Nah. We talked about this last time. Boats.
Yeah, I agree. I would absolutely uncrate this for a week or a weekend. Not sure I want to own it and pay the crew. I love the design here, though. I mean, this does not make me feel like, when you get on a boat or and even certain yachts, like even the interior photos we've seen, like they feel very much like you're on a boat. There's nothing that says this to me. I mean, it's beautiful.
If you took the water out of the background of that front room, you're in like a New York City apartment.
I love all the glass.
It's beautiful. I love the views.
The
glass is wonderful. It is. It's beautiful. It's a beautifully designed vessel.
You know what I loved here? All the toys that pop out the side here. So these flap up and also act like a deck. So I'm seeing a wave runner, kayaks. Don't even know what those are. Stand-up paddle boards, a little boat need to get to the dock after you've docked your boat here. I love the double decks. I don't know what this sloping piece is here, but it looks cool as hell.
It's beautiful.
And then
it's
a
beautiful
little deck to get on here after you want to take a swim.
Get your little feet wet.
It's cool.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful boat.
I'm uncrating it for a weekend.
Same here. We'll timeshare it.
All right, done.
Uncrated. Give it to me.
TJ,
let me start off.
You're really excited about this one. I think I know why. You've, what are you, 1 year homeowner now?
Little over a year, and a little over a year with an electric push mower. I like my electric push mower, but this particular Ryobi electric riding Z-turn mower, 0 turn is, it's beautiful. It says it can mow 3 acres on 1 charge.
I can't believe it.
That's incredible. I have to charge the batteries in my push mower 3 times to get through my lawn. That's a whole weekend gone. That's practically a whole weekend of my life dedicated to mowing, charging, mowing again, charging again, mowing again, and charging again. And it's
CJ, you do a bunch of different works. You're in the marketing, a bunch of different types of work. You're in the marketing space. You have different types of clients, right? You're paid on your performance. This $41.99 price tag to me is ultra reasonable.
Well, I'm gonna pump the brakes right there.
Think about what you just said, how many times you have to charge your current electric push mower. And you're a new father. We've talked about this. Time is everything now. And as long as, I'm not saying $4,199 is a drop in the bucket, but if you're telling me every Saturday, every other Saturday, you're going to get 50% of your time back, and this is a well-built product that's going to give me 5-10 years, maybe I replace the batteries once. Especially at a place, you have a good amount of grass where you live. I mean, you live right across the farm.
Well, I've got almost, 3/4 of an acre, but it's not just the purchase of this that you need to consider.
Okay.
Where am I storing this? Do I also have to purchase a shed now that can hold this thing? And, is that close enough to a power source? There's infrastructure to consider when a homeowner is purchasing, let's face it, professional landscaping equipment for their own home. It's not just the initial purchase you have to trick off. It's storing it, it's maintaining it, it's doing whatever. And for that price, let's say a landscaping company is going to charge me $50 to mow my lawn every week.
Is that really a going rate? I thought landscape was more than that.
I know some people that pay even less, but they have less property. So let's just keep the numbers round. Let's say they're going to charge me $50 to come out every week.
Okay.
83 weeks of mowing from a professional service
Excellent quick math
to make
there.
up the cost of this, right?
So
83
you're
weeks.
saying you got to love being out there at the least, and then just have to have the right amount of land for this to make sense, and obviously
And the
storage.
right type of property. Like I've got some steep, the driveway embankment. I'm still gonna need the weed whacker or the push mower for some of the tighter areas. I got trees with roots that stick up inches above the ground. Like there's still gonna be cleanup work I'm gonna have to do after mowing the bulk of my property with this thing. So I'm still gonna have to maintain other equipment, purchase it or have it. I may as well, and it's still time. If I'm out there for an hour, could I have made up the cost of a landscaping company to come out and mow my lawn that week in the same amount of time it takes me to mow with this?
You need
It's
this to last years, and you have to want to be out there.
And I have to want to be out there. Yeah.
I can't believe that this thing has a battery that could do 3 acres. I'm shocked.
Yeah. And what's that going to do to my electric bill too? I'm curious.
Yeah,
how much juice that's going to pull.
I don't really like doing yard work at all. I don't.
I don't like
looking.
doing it. I like a nice looking lawn. And if I could just pay some professional $50, fine. I can make that up easily.
Gosh, I still don't know who's showing up for $50.
You got to know some people.
So what are you doing? You're the perfect style for this, if you ask me. Are you crating it or uncrating it?
I got to keep it in the crate. It's too much extra to consider.
Well, I'm in a duplex apartment right now, and I don't have a lawn. We know everything we look at here on Uncrate is not based on our exact living scenario.
True. Very true.
I'm with you. I would most likely not want to deal with maintaining it, screwing it up. I'd rather get landscapers out there. I'm crating it as well.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's cool as hell.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
All right, let's bang out the Leica.
All right. Leica Q2 007 camera edition. A 007 edition camera. Sorry
a lot
about
of 007 on Uncrate lately. Is there a big release coming soon? I'm not a big movie buff. I answered my own question. Read the first sentence for me.
Yeah, No Time to Die.
Yeah, there is a release.
There
Less than a month away.
I just don't care. I'd pay slightly more for a Q2 without the 007 brand.
I'm totally with you. Not into the co-branding with, especially movies. Bond's cool, but like not for something like this. Good for Leica with the collaboration, but I'm crating it.
Crate it. Keep it in the box. Ship it somewhere else. Next.
I like that. Next. That's a good ending.
Next.
All right, you want to go into which one next?
Let's get the ridiculous Bugatti Gillette razor thing out of the way.
I don't even shave, so this could be good.
And I hate it. I hate everything about it. I even dislike Bugatti a little more for being a part of this.
A lot of collaborations we're seeing lately. Let me at least give this its due justice with the overview, CJ. Gillette Labs and Bugatti partnered to bring a touch of the French hypercar manufacturer style to Gillette's award-winning heated razor. An aluminum zinc handle is finished in Bugatti's Agile Blue, the traditional competition livery of their racing cars, along with the magnetic charging dock. At the base of the handle is the Bugatti Macaron, the iconic emblem that adorns the company's automobiles. Press the button on the handle, and the razor heats to give the barbershop-style hot towel shave. Limited edition razor launches worldwide September 2021. That did not do anything to get me interested. I'll tell you that.
No.
Is someone with a Bugatti like want this? Does someone who wants a Bugatti want this? Like, I'm lost on the collaboration here.
I don't. I don't see it. I don't give a shit. Don't even put it in a crate. Just leave it somewhere.
Keep it on the shipping container.
Keep it on the shipping container. I don't want it.
All right. Yeah,
Don't-
I'm crating
don't
as
even-
well, CJ. You
Don't
know,
even put it in the crate.
you have to rub your eyes. That's how poor this is. All right.
That's how upsetting this is to me. Next.
All right. So this is absolutely ridiculous and awesome at the same time. So the LG Extreme home cinema display. I'm reading the description, CJ. I need to know all about this.
We do.
Because there are a couple things in my home that are super important to me. It's a TV, it's the mattress, and it's the dishwasher. Those are my three critical home components. So super interested in TV. Love when I sit down to watch TV, a sporting event, a movie, I want it to be ridiculous. The bigger the better for me. All right, so combine the rise of the same day on-demand movie releases with LG's new line of in-home cinema displays, and the best theater experience might be in your living room. LG's Extreme Home Cinema systems are available in 9 sizes, from 108 to a truly massive 325 inches.
You need at
Resolution
least a
ranges from
14-foot ceiling for that.
2 to 8K. Combine it with LG's DirectView LED tech provides a sharp, clear image, even at commercial sizes. Each system includes installation, training, customer support by an LG engineer, along with an on-site system health check twice yearly for 3 years and a 5-year warranty. LG also sends each system a special LG branded ATA flight cases, assuring protection from damage during shipping. So this is saying from $70,000, CJ. I'm going to guess that's for the 108 2K model. This picture and the size of this screen compared to the child and mother here, I'll tell you what. Look at the size of this room. Right?
Huge.
So this couch is here, the TV's here. This looks cool. What if I just, like a regular living room, sat a little closer? I don't need that 325-inch screen. I just want the perception of the TV to be gigantic. So if I have to sit closer to a TV and get, say, an 85-inch or 100-inch TV, and I've actually, CJ, been looking lately at these short throw laser projectors, 125-inch, $3,000. It has to sit 2 feet. About 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the wall. It works in highly lit environments. Anyways, I'm sure this looks great. It's a screen. This looks like something that would be at a baseball stadium or a football stadium.
This isn't a penthouse apartment or like
this is insane.
A home
it's insane.
Designed for entertaining. Like you look at homes in LA that have theater rooms. That's the right place for this.
And this would have to.
This isn't for us.
The quality would have to. Now, in this room, you see we have these giant windows. I get it. If I owned this, right, and I had a theater room, we had a mansion, right? This quality of the TV for the money would have to blow out of the water a top of the line projector, which I would guess would go for $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I actually have no idea. I've never looked into projectors, but I would imagine a good one would be around that price, 4K, HDR, all that stuff. It would have to blow that out of the water, because if you're in a room with no windows, what the hell does it matter? Do you need this? That's mostly what I've found with the TVs is you need a damn good one if you're in a highly lit room for most of the day. Look at the guys, they're doing a twice yearly check for 3 years, and you have access to an LG engineer through the like and just how they ship it in ATA flight cases. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds ridiculously protected. As I said in the beginning, I'm a huge TV guy. It's one of my 3 must-have top-of-the-line home components. If I had the room and the money, I would absolutely uncrate this and probably never go out to watch a movie or a sporting event anywhere ever again.
This is a weird thing about me and just entertainment in general. I watch a lot of cartoons. Right? The day Peter Griffin is as big or bigger than I am in real life on the screen in front of me is the day the shit's just too weird. It's out of control. No, this is
That
not
would be
cartoon sized
without a doubt
anymore.
in this situation. In this
Yeah.
situation, he might be 3 times your size. I mean, just
You
look
know what
at
I
this
mean?
woman here.
It's
If
huge.
what I'm seeing is correct here, I'm seeing multiple feeds. Could you imagine an NFL fan with this? I mean, again, this is such a splurge. It's insane. It's the lowest end is a high middle income yearly salary. Like this is for the elite. If someone gave this to me, I'm putting it up. I don't care. I'd cover windows for it.
Yeah,
I would uncrate it. CJ, your final decision. Peter Griffin's too big.
No, I'd uncrate it. I could find some other things to watch.
All right.
Find some other things to watch.
All right, CJ. Next. Bourbon car.
You
want to do it?
Bourbon Train Excursion.
Bardstown.
Where's Bardstown? Louisville, Kentucky. All right. The heart of this bourbon country, my old Kentucky diner train. All right. I'm not going to read a lot of the details here. I'm just going to, here's why I'd uncrate.
One thing I think to point out, this is not a dining car on a train. It's a 2.5-hour train ride. That's it. Like it's for dinner.
Yeah. And I would uncrate it. One, I think it's a very cool, romantic experience.
I'm not sure this is romantic. I don't know about you. My wife would not drink bourbon. This might be me and you on this train car.
That's fine. That could be romantic. Everybody else is in steerage.
It's cool.
It's a very cool thing.
So buy now $115. I wonder if that includes dinner.
I don't know. We'd have to go to Louisville.
We're not doing any link outs right now on this channel because we know the rabbit hole we could go down. But I'm going to guess that gets you on the train and then you pay for what you eat. But especially because it involves a bourbon tasting. Who knows?
That could be 115 on its own.
Dude, 2.5 hours, cool looking train ride, feeling old school. I mean, I'm uncrating the hell out of this one. I love it. I think we would have a blast.
Absolutely. Uncrate the hell out of that.
I need an Uber waiting outside the train when I get back.
Yeah, we're going to be a little loaded.
All right, CJ, next. Ooh, all right, here we go.
Go to town. This is all you.
All right, so Apple held their fall event this past week, released a couple products. So we have the new Apple Watch Series 7. We have a new iPad mini bezel, much smaller bezels around the sides. We have the iPhone 13 and we have the iPhone 13 Pro. So, if you guys don't know, gigantic Apple fanboy, use just about all their products. And I'm just going to talk through each of these. CJ, I'll get your quick opinion on each and we'll go. So we'll start with the iPad mini. A lot of the press was talking about this as like the most changed, definitely the most changed product of the lineup, right? The iPhones look similar, the Apple Watch looks similar. So this mini, they really touted it in the presentation as used in medical offices and, something quick you pull out of your almost coat, your lab coat, whatever. I love the mini because you get the features of the iPad in a small form factor. So what I've found with the minis that's great is I like to, when I'm on my iMac or MacBook, I got the resolution high, meaning I'm seeing a lot on my screen. So I don't mind small text, small graphics. I just want to see as much as possible. So the mini does a hell of a job. Like you could essentially see the same amount on this 8.3-inch screen as you would see on your regular 10-inch regular iPad. So the form factor is really great. I don't love the fact that the iPhones are now up to 6.7 inches if you buy the Pro Max. So I'm less than 2 inches away diagonally from this iPad mini. Plus this iPad mini, yeah, it uses the Apple Pencil, which the iPhones don't yet, but you can't really attach, they have third-party keyboards, but Apple doesn't even sell a first-party keyboard for this. You can't really whip it out and type up some emails. You still have to use the touchpad. Most people are going to go to their phones. I thought the excitement for this was overblown. They took out the headphone jack finally. I'm ready for headphone jacks to be out of everything. That's, of course, one of the news stories here coming out of this. Another headphone jack bites the dust. The Touch ID is in the power button. I love that. I think that's awesome. Cool. I think Touch ID is awesome. But I'm creating this, CJ, because I don't see the need with the size of the iPhones and the lack of productivity from this device. Super cool if I just wanted it to be a reader or just browse the internet at night on the couch. It's a lightweight, right? So I have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro. There's literal fatigue holding that on the couch, reading news after about 30, 45 an hour of time. So there's a place for the mini. It starts at $500. You got to have cash laying around that you want to keep this on the coffee table. This is not something I'm putting in my work bag. This is not something I'm taking in a pinch with me in case I got an hour window to get some work done or answer some emails for the lack of keyboard. For those reasons, I'm creating.
I mostly just see this connected to a Square reader on like a food truck or some pop-up shop, and it's taking up less counter space. That's
like I was saying in the beginning, the Apple promo video, which obviously they're trying to show their best use cases. Saw them in the medical office, right? People pulling it from lab coats. We saw in the lap of a pilot, right? So they're really trying to promote the new design here. The 5G connectivity is huge, but ultimately not for me. There's a place for this, especially maybe in like the medical, the pilot world, like somewhere where CJ, like me as an iPhone owner, I'm probably not going to buy this. But if I had to go to work somewhere, right? Let's say I'm an Amazon driver.
It's like an in the field tool.
It's a great tool to give out to assist and aid in work. So I'll give it that. But I'm still creating it because I don't want it.
Yeah, I have no use for it. I can see it in the field. You know, you got telecom technicians or whatever that are out there testing
super lightweight, big screen size for the size. All right, so here's a controversial release here. The Apple Watch Series 7, there were renders all over the internet that Apple was going to finally move toward the design, the same design style as the iPad Pros, the iPhones, that kind of fall off the edge, curved corners, really clean look. I love that look. They did not. They essentially released a slightly better Series 6. Screen's a little bigger, right? Same dimensions. You could keep the same bands, which is great. I've been collecting bands for years on Apple Watches, so I don't know if I ever want to see that change, unless you're giving me something super futuristic. So a larger, brighter screen, new crack-resistant crystal. That used to be reserved for only the high-end models, so really good to see that. I have cracked an early Apple Watch when they first came out, pretty easily, actually. Let's see. More rounded corners, which we didn't want. And waterproof, same thing. Same as last year. It charges faster. They got a couple new colors. Ultimately, you're really getting a bigger screen here. Battery life's the same. I live on the Apple Watch every day. I love it. I connect my headphones to it if I take a walk. It answers calls. It's a backup if my phone dies due to the cellular connectivity. I'm a huge Apple Watch fan. I'm not impressed with this update, but the Apple Watch, I always update just like my iPhone. So I'm uncrating this. Not a lot of people are going to do that unless they are waiting from a model or two before. And Apple's going to release this right in time for the holidays. So anyone that can't think of a gift, they're probably going to pick one of these up for someone that has an iPhone. Uncrating it.
Crate. Moving on.
Next.
You know. It's a next for me.
All right. So we got the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 13 Pro. Now, CJ, you're not a first adopter. You're an iPhone user, but you tend to not care if you have the latest version. I am a sucker for the iPhone upgrade program where you pay a monthly fee. You're eligible for the new phone every 12 months. And I'm
Is the
essentially
product Red
renting an
included in
iPhone
that?
forever from Apple. What's that?
Is product Red included in that subscription? Because I see
Yes,
they
you
have
can
it
pick
presented
any
at the end
iPhone.
there.
You can pick any iPhone in the upgrade program. The price per month just varies. You get Apple Care Plus, so you get everything that comes with that. And I'm essentially paying Apple forever so I can get the latest iPhone. And the amount of time I spend on the device, I need the speed, I need the updates. I don't need any of it. I want it. I hate when the phone starts lagging. So, anyways, I was super excited last year when they came out with the iPhone mini. And I have it. I love it. I love that I can hold it in my hand. I can text. It's super clean.
Yep.
And last year there really weren't many differences between the 13 and the 13 Pro. So the 13 comes the 13 comes in a 5.4-inch mini or a 6.1-inch regular. And then the Pro has the same 6.1-inch or a Pro Max 6.7-inch screen. My brother's a Pro Max user. He loves it. The battery never dies. I think it's a little big to put in the pockets. I miss the mini. I think the size of the iPhones has gotten ridiculous. But what they did this year, they finally differentiated them, I thought, a little bit. There was not enough last year of the differentiation between the 12 and the 12 Pro. I've noticed my mini over the year, the battery just isn't as good. I find myself keeping it on the charger often. So I'm actually this year, I'm going to go with the Pro 6.1-inch, not the Pro Max. The cameras are better. You get the extra telephoto lens.
Yeah,
and you're also getting, this is what really turned me because I really do love the mini, even if I have to charge it a little bit more. In the Pro, you're getting this ProMotion 120 hertz display. So what does that mean? That means I'm getting buttery, smooth transitions, scrolling in Safari, and I got a baby crying.
You got a baby crying.
That's why I am actually going to go ahead, ditch the size of the mini, which I love so much, because this display is just going to be an unbelievable upgrade going from the 13 to the 13 Pro, in addition to a much longer battery life. Across the board, they added bigger batteries in these, CJ. So we're expecting better battery life. And in fact, they said the Pro Max is the best battery life ever in an iPhone. So I actually think they're listening to people. You know, this looks just like last year's models, right? I don't think the design or anything's too innovative. The ProMotion display, the updated cameras. When have we not got updated cameras with the iPhone? It's just, that's what they do. The design stays the same. I actually don't even like the stainless steel bezels. I don't like the shine on it. I'd much rather have a matte finish like we have here on the 13 models. But this is how they distinguish. It's a surgical grade stainless steel. And just to touch on the color. So every year it seems like they're putting in an odd color with it. This year was Sierra Blue alongside your regulars here, the gold, the black, and the white. I went with the blue. And it's because I do the Apple upgrade program. So I know it's just a 12-month rental for me. So why not get the cool color that's there for the year? I'm not stuck with it forever. I was sold, CJ, on the 120 hertz display. It doesn't sound like much as we're talking about it, but if you look at a demo, an example, and use it, I have the ProMotion display on my iPad Pro. It's significantly different, and there you don't get that blur as you're scrolling or switching apps or using the whole UI. I'm absolutely uncrating this. I woke up at 8 a.m. and I know that's not early, but I have a newborn this week. I woke up at 8 a.m. to make sure I placed my order. And it is arriving on my doorstep next Friday, the 24th of September, CJ. So super excited. Love getting the new iPhone. Excited for the new iOS 15 that accompanies it. I know I know what you're going to say. I'm uncrating. Talk to me.
I'll uncrate the 13 product red. I don't know that I'll go pro.
Ooh, you like that? I know you love the product red.
I love product red. It's also the footprint for me. Like I've got, you know, SE product red, loving it.
So you'd go mini.
I'd go mini because I like being able to get to the corner with my thumb. You know, I still do two-hand it, you know what I mean? But it's just this phone is very slippery. That is my only complaint with the round. It's very slippery. It slides out of my pocket. It slides off of the couch or into the couch cushions. And to the point of like the battery, you know, I've spent most of my time at home in the last 18 months. I would have to be really, really negligent for the battery to die or even get close to it.
It's sad. It's sad. That was one of my deterrents. I'm shocked at how the mini battery over the year has deteriorated, even with all the Apple smarts inside the device to regulate the charging every night and estimate when I'm going to get up so that the charging cycle ends at the right time. They have all this tech in there. It just, to me, has not held up in only 1 year. I don't know how people keep phones for 2 years, 3 years without replacing the battery, because I'm already dissatisfied after just about 1 year.
I don't know what I'm not doing with my phone that other people are, that I have no issue with the battery. Like I would literally have to forget I have a phone for an entire weekend to even need low power mode.
On your weekends, where are you spending a lot of time with the phone?
No more than during the week. Like I underutilize the device probably.
Yeah. I'll say I'm feeling these wallpapers, CJ. They never go with a realistic looking wallpaper. Those look like neon lights, that like real neon lights, not something abstract like they usually go with. The big feature here this year too, CJ, and this is across, I think, the 13 and the Pro, is this cinematic video. I don't have any example. We can't show a demo here, but essentially it uses face tracking and adjusts focus based on who's paying attention, who looked away from the camera, to do the rack focus feature that a lot of cinematic pros are used to. I talked to one of my friends that's a big video person. It's cool, but at that point, if you're doing something where you really want that cinematic look and you're shooting a real professional video, like you're going with an SLR and lighting and a mic setup, right? Like this is, I don't see this, and I'll listen, if it happens, it happens. I don't see this making its way into like the TikTok, Instagram mainstream of clips utilizing this new cinematic feature, but we will see.
I feel like a couple of the products we've discussed today have some sort of root in the content creators, the self-publishers. I feel like it's, not everybody can run out and buy a product red for their video shoots or anything else. So, if you want pseudo professional looking content, I can see there being some value in this for that. But
the one thing I'll add to that, CJ, is, and I think you and I have talked about this, the real difference between video shot on the phone versus a more pro style video, we're past the point of it being the quality of the look of the video. It's the audio. It's having that crisp sound of who you're talking to, what distance they're at. Can you hear them clearly? Is it muffled? We're in a well-lit room. I think we all know the iPhone is probably as good in a lot of situations as an SLR, as most SLRs. Until you get, like you said, you brought up the product red and, products like that. It's a little different, but either way, I'm bringing this baby home. I'm always upgrading the watch. I'm always upgrading the phone. My MacBook and the iMac and some of these other Apple devices can wait. The watch and the phone are an every year pickup for me. I consider them rentals. I put it in the case of the Apple Watch, goes right on eBay. I make up about 40% of what I paid for it, put that toward the new one. There's my year-long rental. Again, 60% of the purchase price. You're crying. So you're gonna uncrate the 13 product red. I'm gonna uncrate the Pro. I like the
I would
display and I want the
uncrate the
battery.
Pro. I would uncrate the Pro if they had a version that had the full polished stainless steel back and bezel as a nod to the original iPhone.
Wow.
If they brought that back if they could give that a nod, some sort of something.
It's a look for you too in your decision.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I know so many people that just throw a case on this. I'll at least give this a go for a couple months since you get the Apple Care. So basically with Apple Care, if you totally drop this and shatter the phone, it might be like $79 or something to totally replace it. If you didn't have Apple Care, I might be putting this in an OtterBox. But I like the look, the blue, everyone's going to know it's the new iPhone. Not that I care about that. But I usually switch on and off between the case and the actual product. So
I can't go case anymore. It kills me.
It really just kills all the design that went into it.
It does. A lot of consideration went into making this product look good. I can't not take that into consideration if I'm going to purchase it.
Yeah.
I can't just look at it as the guts and then throw it in a case.
I feel you. I'm the same way, especially with Apple Care. I'm a lot more loose. I want the look. I want to feel it in the hands. Skip the case.
I need aesthetic value.
Let's next it.
I think that's it. Next. What we got next?
We done, son.
We done. That was it. That was